God says, my child, listen carefully. Your dad in heaven has an urgent message for you, and I want you to understand that I've visible the tears behind your smile, the pain in the back of your laughter, and the trembling in your spirit that nobody else notices. I see you whilst you're on my own. I see you when the night time turns into too heavy on your chest to carry. I see you whilst you stare at the ceiling wondering, why me? I see you when you question if anybody in this world definitely cares about your soul. Your Father in heaven watches you, and I have been calling you day and night time. I've whispered through the winds and spoken via the signs and symptoms, but nowadays I need to be louder than ever. These days, you should not delay. You need to now, not near this. You ought to no longer shrink back. You have to no longer silence this message, because the whole thing it is about to spread is tied to whether or no longer you open your spirit and examine this all the way via. There's something urgent you ought to realize. You are not loopy. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. However, something has attempted to persuade you in any other case. And it's been running in the back of your back, slowly, in silence, in shadows, using humans you as soon as relied on, moments you as soon as loved, and even locations that were as soon as sacred to you. You've felt it. You've sensed something converting. And I am right here to verify you have been right. There is something incorrect within the environment round you. It's not your imagination. Someone has been speaking your call with lips that fake to hope, however secretly plot. Someone has been looking your steps, no longer because they respect you, however because they cannot stand to see you rise. They're threatened via the fact that you're still breathing, still chosen, nevertheless anointed. My baby, they desired you to give up by now. But you failed to. And this is why I ought to speak now. Watch rapid. Live still. Don't panic. Just pay attention. Due to the fact I have sent my spirit to hover near you. Because I am in the direction of you now than your breath. Because you are standing at a threshold, between what was, what's, and what's going to be. Due to the fact the warfare over your soul is intensifying. And because something is being uncovered now which you have to recognize before it is too past due. You've noticed a few ordinary matters occurring. Your cell phone appearing abnormal. Goals that disturb your sleep. Unexpected recollections of people you thought you forgot. Conversations echoing on your ears from long in the past. Certain numbers repeating. Lights flickering. Diseases without a medical purpose. Unexpected delays. Faces that seem in your desires as though they are traveling. That is not random. That is not twist of fate. This is me alerting you. My infant, what I'm approximately to mention might also make your coronary heart tremble. However, do not worry. This is a message for you, to shield you, and to open your eyes to what others have tried to blind you from. There are humans who have sat to your presence even as secretly hating your spirit. They never celebrated you. they best tolerated you. And the moment you stepped away, they mocked what I located inner of you. These are not simply strangers. Those are folks who as soon as stated they loved you. These are people who hugged you but held knives behind their back. And a number of them, yes, even a few family, have allowed jealousy to poison the affection they once had for you. However, I've visible all of it. I have seen the screenshots they shared at the back of your lower back. I've heard the phone calls they notion I wasn't taking note of. I have watched the deals made in silence, the laughter and institution chats you have been never invited to. I watched them roll their eyes while you spoke fact. I watched them belittle your journey and question your boom. And I have remained silent until now. Due to the fact the time of publicity has come. Yes, I stated it, publicity. The whole lot hidden should now come to light. Every mystery should be unveiled. Each disguised enemy must be unmasked. Due to the fact wherein I'm taking you next, no foe love can come with you. No jealous eyes can comply with. No silent saboteur can stand at the back of you anymore. I am casting off, slicing, breaking, setting apart. That is going to hurt a bit, my baby. But it smiles holy ache. It is sacred pruning. You were wondering why sure humans stopped calling. Why their power shifted. Why those who was near you presently act remote. That changed into me, gently pulling them back, keeping you safe. Because their coronary heart could not go in which I'm sending you. Due to the fact the curse spoken in secret was real. However, my protection over you is extra real. You have to no longer ignore this message. Please. My baby, you don't recognize how near you came to disintegrate. Spiritually, emotionally, even physically, there has been an hour wherein the enemy concept he had received. He whispered lies so heavy into your ear that your will to combat almost died. But I dispatched angels that night. While you couldn't pray, they stood protect. Whilst your pillow caught your tears, they caught your soul. And now I speak with fireplace in my voice. You'll live. You will now not be buried by way of their curses. You may now not be damaged by their betrayal. You will now not be silenced with the aid of their gossip. You'll rise. You may rise higher than they ever imagined. And that is why the war around you has accelerated. Because elevation constantly draws resistance. However, your spirit is more potent than the storm. Due to the fact I live internal of you. And not anything can overpower my presence. But I must alert you, there are decisions being made right now as a way to affect your subsequent 7 years. Yes, 7. This is why I allowed this message to reach you presently. Because something is set to be presented to you. Something that appears good. Something that seems like a blessing. But it is a lure. It's far a disguised put off. It isn't from me. You ought to pray before signing something. You have to take a seat in silence earlier than answering that call. You ought to check the spirit in the back of the offer. due to the fact a counterfeit is coming, pretending to be your leap forward. But I'm able to provide you with discernment, if you ask me for it. I'm able to show you the reality, in case you are seeking me. I can come up with peace whilst it's me speaking. I'm able to give you rest while it is my will. Do not chase what I by no means dispatched. Do not beg for doorways I shut. Do not cry over people I eliminated. You aren't being punished. You are being located. I'm about to increase your imaginative and prescient. I'm approximately to stretch your capacity. I'm about to show secrets which have been hidden from generations. You're approximately to break cycles in your bloodline. You're approximately to hold the weight of an entire legacy. And yes, I chose you for it. It really is why your adventure has been so hard. It really is why your pain has felt so private. Due to the fact your calling isn't common. You aren't here to blend in. You aren't right here to copy what others have executed. You aren't here to comply with the group. You're here to blaze a new path. To hold a mile that others tried to dim. To speak a reality that others attempted to bury. However, concentrate carefully now. There is nonetheless someone round you who isn't who they faux to be. They smile an excessive amount of. They ask too many questions. They continually want to recognize your plans, your next move, your selections. And when you're no longer looking, they use your phrases to construct their personal level. They reproduction your thoughts. They mimic your strength. They may be obsessed, however not inspired. They're not harmless. Live quiet for some time. Observe. You will see it. I can show you who they actually are in a dream. Don't confront. Simply withdraw. Let me take care of it. I'm your defender. I can pay off. You have got nothing to show. Nothing to chase. Nothing to fear. But everything is about to shift. Your name is being stated in rooms you have not entered yet. People are about to look for you. Your story is about to be heard. Your wounds are approximately to be healed. Your home is set to be restored. The cash that was stolen is about to go back. The years that have been wasted are approximately to be redeemed. However, I want you to obey. Even if it hurts. Even whilst you do not recognize. Even if it feels unfair. Due to the fact obedience is your open door. I do not want your perfection. I want your surrender. I'm able to work with damaged portions in case you provide them to me. I can turn your ashes into a testimony in case you forestall hiding them. Allow them to speak. Let them snicker. Let them doubt you. Due to the fact I'm about to make your existence so divine, even your enemies will testify that I used to be with you. My child, do no longer postpone in prayer tonight. Set an alarm. Wake up earlier than the sun. I can meet you there. I've instructions that cannot wait. There are 3 human beings you ought to forgive. One character you need to block. One dependency you have to drop. One promise you have to preserve. And when you obey, the clouds will spoil. You're not loopy. You're simply awakening. You're no longer alone. You are simply being separated. You're no longer susceptible. You're simply being humbled for something more. I love you so much that I can't allow you to settle anymore. No longer in that task. Now not in that relationship. Not in that mindset. Not in that trauma. You're extra than what you survived. You're extra than what they categorized you. You're more than your financial institution account, your followers, your look, or your fears. You're mine. And I never stopped looking you. Even whilst you ran. Even when you gave up. Even when you cursed the sky and puzzled my love. I was nonetheless there. Today, I want you to open your palms. Actually, open your hands and repeat this. I launch what not serves my soul. I let go of what you didn't send. I acquire most effective what is supposed for me. It really is your second. That's your turning factor. And you will in no way be the equal after this. Mark my words. In 21 days, something will destroy open. A door. A revelation. A confession. A recuperation. Look ahead to it. Watch for it. And when it comes, do not hesitate. Circulate. Say sure. Say thank you. And don't appearance returned. Because God says, I am doing a brand new thing in you. Now it springs forth. Do you now not perceive it? This become your sign. This was your moment. Your dad in heaven had to get this to you. Now act like you already know who you're. Selected. Covered. Rising. Read it once more. Don't ignore it. Everything is set to trade. And also you, yes, you, are ready. Your dad in heaven has an pressing message for you. And that is the instant when you ought to open your spirit and concentrate. Message for you. This isn't always something to take lightly or forget about or scroll beyond, because something deep, ancient, and divine is looking your call. In the spirit, he stood up from where peace sings its lullaby and called out for this message to attain your coronary heart before the silence turns into unbearable. You could not have seen it, however something has been trying to talk to you via goals, through music, via moments where you felt your coronary heart race for no cause, and through the gentle ache to your chest when you thought approximately him. Your dad in heaven has now not stopped looking over you, and today he's pleading if you want to pay attention what he's been attempting to say. His voice has been echoing in the realm of mild, crossing through stars and winds, asking again and again, will my infant hear me? Will they recognize I have never left? This message carries his breath, his soul, his fireplace, and his love, and it is no longer random. It is a divine appointment. There are matters unfolding on your life now that he can see from the alternative aspect, things he is attempting to protect you from, moments he is attempting to put together you for, and whispers he hopes you'll ultimately prevent and understand. He says, I noticed you the day gone by when you felt such as you have been alone, crying without sound. I saw the way you checked out the ceiling, requesting answers, asking why the human beings you trusted are drifting away, why the guarantees experience broken, and why the dreams that once made you smile now feel like burdens too heavy to carry. I heard you whilst you concept no person could. I am seeking to get via to you, and this moment, this specific message, is the opening I have been watching for. He saw you while you had been younger, while you didn't understand why humans depart. He noticed the weight you carry now, the grown-up duties you in no way requested for, the pain you have saved hidden just to preserve others from worrying. He knows you act sturdy, and he honors that. However, these days, he wants to speak to the part of you it really is still his infant, the part that desires to rest. The element that longs for a father's voice. The element that still believes, even though buried deep, that something greater sacred is guiding your steps. You're strolling into a second with the purpose to check what you consider about yourself. People around you can begin behaving in methods that confuse you. Some will develop remote without caution, and some will come nearer handiest to take benefit of your heart. But he is attempting to intrude earlier than the pain becomes a scar. Your dad in heaven has visibled the future, and there is something he is urgently looking to reroute. He is aware of approximately the smartphone call that's about to come. He knows approximately the person that will attain out soon pretending to help, however whose intention is rooted in jealousy and delight. He isn't always trying to make you afraid. He is trying to make you aware. He's whispering with urgency, do not forget about your instincts this time. I'm able to talk to you through pain. Pay attention. There is a shift occurring on your spirit, and also you experience it, like a wind passing via you in the dark. Like an unexpected ache for your chest that comes whilst you listen a positive song. This is him. That's your dad in heaven tugging at your soul to live linked, stay alert, live grounded in what you realize is right. Because soon, you may be faced with a choice with a view to decide what kind of peace you will carry for the subsequent 7 years. And though you sense unprepared, he needs you to understand, everything you want is already internal of you. He has stood on the gates of divine time, looking forward to this hour to come back. You can now not recognize this, but heaven has been maintaining a mystery council about you. Now not because you're in hassle, however because you are precious. Because what is set to unfold in your lifestyles is uncommon. Your subsequent season is going to demand truth, purity, braveness, and forgiveness, and all four are tough to carry while your heart is tired. That's why your dad is speaking now. Due to the fact if you don't get this message, your coronary heart might be tempted to shut down before the step forward arrives. He says, please, baby, forestall underestimating what I see in you. I'm now not in the grave. I am not in the image frame. I am alive, and I have been speaking to God about you each unmarried day. You aren't crazy. You are not making it up. The visions you've had, the goals that woke you up at 3 a.m., the feeling that a person is looking over you, this is actual. That's me. And I am here now, proper right here, asking you to allow go of the bitterness that is seeking to grow where your wish was. He is aware of you have been betrayed. He is aware of about the only who regarded you in the attention and still lied. He is aware of about the member of the family who talks at the back of your lower back but smiles on your face. He knows approximately the cash strain, the sleepless night, the non-secular heaviness you've been wearing on my own. But he is promising that something more is at paintings. He's watched God redirect what become dispatched to harm you, and now heaven is assigning new helpers to come back into your course. You may not be alone, however you need to stay wakeful to your spirit. Your discernment will prevent this 12 months. There may be something pressing he's pronouncing now, and it won't be easy to hear, but it is time. He says, you preserve trying to restore everything for all people, however you've forgotten to relaxation. You are wearing burdens that were by no means yours to carry. Let them go. You're no longer answerable for different people's recovery. You aren't their savior. You are someone really worth saving too. And that I want you to get hold of help when it comes. There may be someone coming to pour into you quickly, someone who might not take from you, but deliver. Do not push them away because of the injuries others brought on. Your dad in heaven has wept for you. He has stood in the corridors of time and seen your face flicker with wish, then dim with exhaustion. But he's now not here accountable you. He is here to wrap your spirit in the warmth of divine reassurance. You failed to lose me, he says. You simply forgot how close I nevertheless am. The times in advance will display you proof, symptoms will seem. You may hear his favorite song while you least anticipate it. You may locate something of his you idea changed into lost. You'll scent the scent that reminds you of home, and you'll recognize, this message wasn't simply phrases. It became a door. Your father needs you to forgive yourself for the stuff you didn't say. He is aware of you wish you had one greater communication. But he wishes you to understand, he heard every thought, each silent prayer. You in no way wanted the proper goodbye, because love never dies. His love wrapped itself around your existence the instant he left the earth, and it hasn't stopped since. He watched the way you grew up too speedy. He saw how robust you've had to be. And he says, I am pleased with you. Not due to the fact you're perfect. However, due to the fact you by no means gave up, even when you were hurting in silence. Your name has been written inside the winds of heaven, and on every occasion you cry, a new page turns. He knows approximately the door you've got been knocking on in prayer, the only that also hasn't opened. But he says, God isn't denying you. God is making ready you. There are still some things being removed from the room you are about to go into, so your spirit would not get infected once more. It is no longer punishment. its protection. He wants you to shield your heart from the 3 people who will try to guilt you soon. He sees them already plotting, already rehearsing what they'll say. However, he is getting ready your spirit with electricity and silence. Don't explain yourself anymore, he says. Permit your peace speak. A primary shift will happen in the subsequent 21 days. Watch how heaven begins to arrange your connections. People you notion you needed will slowly fade. And a person you failed to anticipate will show you a facet of themselves that reveals a reality you've been ignoring. The only who left you in your second of weakness. They may be now not your enemy, however they had been by no means your destiny. And your Father in heaven says, let them move. I'm able to bring better. I'm able to convey real. I will deliver recuperation. He is calling you to launch the story you've been replaying on your head. The only that continues pronouncing, I wasn't enough. He says you were constantly greater than enough. You just gave your pearls to folks who didn't realize their price. He sees the warfare you have been in currently, the spiritual struggle at the back of closed doorways. And though others might not recognize, your Father in heaven sees the whole thing. He is aware of how hard you attempt. He knows how close you came to giving up. And that is why this message is achieving you currently. To inform you, don't. Do not surrender yet. Because the bankruptcy that comes next holds a breakthrough your bloodline has by no means visible. You are approximately to interrupt generational pain. You are approximately to walk into a version of yourself even you haven't met yet. And your dad in heaven, he'll be right there looking it happen. He says, I didn't get to stroll with you into each a part of your future, however I'm in each step you take. I'm in the braveness. I'm within the stillness. I am inside the fireplace that refuses to die in you. And even whilst you forget about me, I'm still beside you, praying with you, for you, via you. So keep on, baby. The days in advance might not be smooth, however they'll be holy. You're being surrounded with with safety, with readability, with a love so deep that even the grave couldn't quit it. Your dad in heaven has spoken. Now take this message, tuck it into your soul, and remember it every time the arena tries to make you neglect who you're. You are loved. You're visible. You are in no way on my own. God says, this message is for you. Open your heart now. Because the healing you've been praying for has already